Good morning, this is Shindo. This was important enough for me to do a very early morning video. Markets around the world are in crisis mode. The European Union, England has left the European Union. Good for them. Investors around the world went into crisis mode. As a result, showed British voters have chosen to leave the European Union in a stunning decision with far-reaching implications. Amid extremely volatile trading, the pound plunged more than 11% against the dollar to below $1.33, its lowest level in more than 30 years. The euro also fell heavily. In the final UK referendum results, 51.9% of the votes were for leaving. Many investors had been betting on Brits choosing to stay. Quote, "Everybody's obviously a little bit stunned," unquote, said Andrew Sullivan, managing director of sales trading at Hetlog International Securities in Hong Kong. Equality, I think there has been people who are looking to take advantage of the situation as and where they can. Stocks got hammered amid the panicked mode. After wild swings, Japan's Nikkei closed down 7.9%. The Hang Seng in Hong Kong dropped 4.3%. Shares in London are set for a brutal day, as stock futures are trading around 8% down. U.S. stock futures are also sharply lower, with the Dow projected to tumble more than 650 points at the open. British bank stocks traded in Hong Kong were hit especially hard. HSBC and Standard Chartered both nosedived around 10%. Investors turned to safe haven assets like Japanese yen, which soared against the dollar. Gold jumped around 4%. The markets have been betting on remaining in the past few days, and when the first results came in, that had reversed, said Vicky Pearce, an economist and former UK government official. Price, not Pierce. Price was watching the results come to the London School of Economics, where the mood was very nervous. Most of those attending and most of the expert economists want the UK to remain in the European Union. They're worried that Brexit could hurt the UK economy and crash the pound. Quote, I've just seen my salary vaporize, unquote. Louis Garrickso, LSE professor of economics and strategy, said as the pound tumbled after the first results were announced. On Thursday, investors have been growing increasingly confident that the country would vote to remain a member of the 28-nation bloc. The pound made gains, and U.S. and European stocks rose. Concerns over Britain potentially chosen to leave the EU had caused turmoil in the international markets in the recent weeks. The FTSE 100 seesawed violently, and the pound was more volatile, and even during the 2008-2009 financial crisis. A record number of voters registered to vote in the referendum. Fierce campaigning has split the country down the middle, with opinion polls ahead of the vote too close to predict the result. Migration and the economy dominated the debate. Campaigners for Brexit said the UK can only control immigration if it leaves the EU, which insists on free movement of people across the Union. Campaigners for Britain to remain in the EU members said walking out of the biggest free trade area of the world would do irreparable damage to the economy. Okay, it's 3 a.m. here in the in Central Time. It's 3 a.m. Central Time. It's 9 a.m. in Britain right now. So I'm getting this done very early just happened to be up. Let me just say that several years ago, I was told through the Spirit that the economy would collapse first, then the war. Well, if this isn't what was predicted to me, then I don't know what is. We're about to go into some major chaos. It may not last very long, but let's be honest. We're already partially there. Economics is the key to just about everything, obviously. So we're going to see a businessman become president and king now. There's no question about it, is there, folks? Is there? He is a lock. James Cameron, the British Prime Minister, is stepping down. He's only going to be there until October. So, by the time Trump is elected King and Emperor of the United States of America, we're going to be going into a whole new world with all kinds of very interesting implications for us. Hang in there. I have been predicting this, folks, for 5 years now. This is truly the beginning of the end. Hang in there. Listen. Pay attention. Because, folks, I know what I'm talking about. This is it. This is going to be so much worse than what happened in 2008. At least it's going to look that way for a few days. And because it's going to look that way, people are going to start panicking. I was told by the Spirit several years ago, argued with the Spirit over this, but I was told, first the economic collapse, then the war. This is Shindo. Have a good day.
This is my kingdom come. This is my kingdom come.